Welcome everyone! One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Lina Petrova. You can call me Lina in Bolispater. I am originally from a small city in Bulgaria, but at the moment I live and work in a larger town for my job.
Do you work or are you currently a student?
I work full-time. I am a project manager in a small design company. My role involves coordinating designers and clients, planning timelines, and making sure the projects reach the quality we expect. I really enjoy the variety and the problem-solving aspect of it.
What do you enjoy most about that work?
Well, I suppose what I like most is seeing a concept grow into a finished product. It is satisfying to take a rough brief and help shape it into something useful. Also, I like the team dynamic. Although sometimes deadlines are stressful, that pressure helps focus everyone.
Where is your hometown and what is it like?
My hometown is Veliko Tarnovo, a historic place in central Bulgaria. It has cobbled streets, old houses, and a hilltop fortress. It feels calm and culturally rich, with small cafes and seasonal festivals. I grew up there, and I still visit frequently because I love the atmosphere.
Has your hometown changed much in recent years?
Yes, it has changed a bit. There has been more tourism and some restoration of old buildings, which is nice, but also it means some new shops are more expensive. Overall, the character remains, though certain neighborhoods are becoming more modern.
What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I read a lot, I run occasionally, and I enjoy cooking for friends. Reading helps me unwind, and I like nonfiction and contemporary fiction equally. Cooking is social for me, and trying new recipes is a way to relax after a busy week.
Why do you prefer that particular hobby over others?
I think it combines creativity and calm. When I cook, I can experiment, plan flavors, and share the result. Compared to some other hobbies, it feels practical and social. Also, reading gives me new ideas for conversations, so they work well together.
Let's move on to part 2. Here is your topic card. Describe a time when you helped someone. You should say who you helped, what happened, why you helped, and how you felt about it. You have 1 minute to prepare, and you should speak for about 2 minutes.
About a year ago, I helped a colleague who was struggling with a presentation for an important client. She had great ideas, but she was nervous and the slides were poorly organized. I offered to help structure the content, suggested clearer visuals, and we rehearsed together twice. I also gave feedback on her speaking pace and suggested a few stories to illustrate key points. I helped because I believed the project's success mattered to the whole team, and because I wanted her to feel confident. After the presentation, she received positive comments, and the client approved the next phase. I felt relieved and pleased. It was rewarding to see her confidence grow and to know my input made a difference. The experience reminded me that small practical support can improve outcomes a lot and strengthen working relationships.
Right. Did you help people often at work?
Yes, I try to help colleagues when I can. It builds trust and usually saves time in the long run. But I also try not to overstep, so I offer guidance and let people lead their own tasks whenever possible.
Okay, let's move to part 3. Why do people nowadays sometimes prefer to do things individually?
I think several factors contribute. Technology enables solitary work, and communication is possible without face-to-face contact. People also value autonomy and flexibility, so they choose individual projects to control timing and methods. In some cases, it's about efficiency. Certain tasks are quicker when one person takes responsibility.
Do you think helping others is becoming more or less common?
It depends on the context. In communities, there seems to be an increase in organized volunteering, so formal help is more visible. However, everyday neighborly help might be less common in fast-paced urban life. Social media also amplifies acts of help, making them appear more frequent than before.
How can schools encourage children to help others?
Schools can integrate collaborative projects, community service, and group reflections into the curriculum. Teaching empathy through role play and encouraging peer mentoring are effective. Practical opportunities, like class projects with local organizations, make helping tangible rather than abstract and develop long-term habits.
Are there any negative effects of helping someone too much?
Yes, excessive assistance can create dependency, undermining the other person's autonomy. It may also lead to burnout for the helper if boundaries are unclear. A balance is important. Support should empower the recipient and include capacity building rather than doing everything for them.
Do you think the nature of work is changing how people help one another?
Absolutely. Remote work and specialized roles mean help is often digital or procedural, like sharing files or documentation. At the same time, multidisciplinary teams demand more collaborative problem solving. So the form of help becomes more technical and structured, even if the underlying social intent remains.
Interesting. One last question. Is it easier to help now compared to the past?
In some ways, yes, because communication tools make coordination faster and resources are more accessible. But it's not uniformly easier. Complex problems often require specialized knowledge, so simply offering help is not enough. It is more efficient for simple tasks, but for deeper issues, thoughtful engagement is still necessary.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test. The candidate demonstrated Band 8 level performance. Notable errors included saying, "I work as teacher," instead of "I work as a teacher." "I have been living here since 10 years," instead of "I have been living here for 10 years," and saying "it's more easier now," instead of "it's easier now." These slips occurred very rarely across the test and did not impede understanding. Fluency was smooth, with only brief hesitations and a couple of self-corrections like, "Sorry, I mean." Vocabulary was wide and precise, with phrases such as multidisciplinary teams, capacity building, and practical opportunities. Grammatically, the candidate used complex structures accurately for the most part, with only occasional lapses in articles and prepositions. This performance merits Band 8 because communication was natural, coherent, and fluent, with sophisticated vocabulary and only isolated errors. To reach a higher band, the candidate should eliminate those occasional article and preposition slips and maintain perfect consistency in complex structures. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.